Welcome to the September 2022 Scythe tournament hosted by the fan-created Scythe Discord. This is my round one out of 3 rounds that will be played in the preliminary rounds before we split to elimination rounds. If you look on your screen, these are the combos that have been deemed by the event coordinators to be available for round one. There's also an augmented score dynamic where we're going to add $2 for every upgrade at the end of the game and $3 for anyone who has a factory card. So I'm going to create this bidding room. If you've never seen bidding before, you're in for a treat. And let's get started. All right. What jumps out to me right here is the best two are definitely Polania Innovative and Rustviet Engineering. There's no doubt about that. We got to think about what else is on the board. Rustviet Engineering is pretty vulnerable to Polania Innovative, so that decreases its stock a lot. If I'm Polania Innovative, I'm going to go out after Rustviet Engineering hard. But I mean, Polania Innovative goes out to a 12 coin lead right there. I'm not going to go, I'm going to start on Rustviet Engineering, I think. Let's go to Polania Innovative with something on Rustviet now. I feel good about Polania Innovative in this matchup. You can get the combinations off Rustviet Innovative Engineering pretty early. Typical strat for Rustviet Engineering takes a little bit of time to get the mechs out and takes a little bit of time to get the enlist, which means low power, low cards. Likes to be undisturbed until it can come out of the base. With Polania Engineering on that board, there's a good chance it will not have that luxury. But if this game goes long, Albion Patriotic could be in serious contention. Got an Albion Patriotic strat that I really like. But one thing to consider, how many upgrades does it? Only gets one upgrade. That's a downside. Oh, it's back to me. Well, with Crimea Agricultural all the way up to 7, going to take Polania Innovative at only 11 above Rustviet. Back to Hallow. I don't think we'll end the bidding right here. I like Polania Innovative only 7 above Rustviet, 8 above Crimea. Albion Patriotic, if this game goes long, would be in a really good position. Oil off the first encounter, Polania Innovative would be extremely clutch here. Kind of don't want to get bumped again because I don't really want to go 19 Polania Innovative. Swabs on Crimea Agricultural. Look at Rustviet Engineering narrowing to within 4 Polania Innovative, where it started out 12, now within 3. I think somebody is going to take Albion Patriotic pretty. This is a part of the bidding where my heart starts to thump. Because once you get into the 19 pointing range on Polania Innovative, then it's really going to come down to encounters and what that factory card is. And that's when it gets kind of scary. Because a lot of the game is going to revolve around RNG. Hallow's taking a while, so I think she's thinking of jumping on Albion Patriotic, which I'm not sure I would do with Crimea Agricultural still only at 7. One thing to think about is Rustviet Engineering likes to get several upgrades. Usually about, 3 upgrades? An extra 6 coins. Oh, man. I'm a sucker for Polania Innovative. That's part of the problem. Those upgrades are worth a lot of coins. But Rustviet, you're going to get Could Rusviet Engineering deny the factory to Polani Innovative? So let's think about this for a split second. Rusviet Engineering would go 1, 2, make a mech, move to the encounter. Make a mech, move to the encounter is 4. Produce is 5. Make a mech is 6. Get to the factory is 7. And I'm not sure you could say prevent Polania from taking it. Stay on Polania to 19. I think if it goes to 20, I bail. I don't want to end up playing Albion, but it looks like I might. Might have to. No one wants to take Albion. I think Hallow's going to do it, though. I think Hallow's going to do it. I won't be too disappointed if she does, and I won't be too disappointed if I get bumped. It'll be all right either way. Got a fairly fast strat for Albion Patriotic. Not as fast as Polania Innovative, mind you, but might be enough to stall the game. I'll just give up some control over when the game ends. Which, like I said, I like to maintain control over when the game ends whenever I can. All right, so I think Hallow's ending it. This is taking too long. Just running the scenarios in her head. There it is. All right, technological breakthrough. That means I have to get to the factory with no upgrades, which is not ideal because my favorite sort of path to take with Polania Innovative involves getting an upgrade on the way to the factory. You have to get oil off of the encounter to make it worth it. No surprise to produce out of Rusviet Engineering. Produce out of Crimea. Gonna open with my Polania Innovative Strat. Become the norm, the meta. Move, trade metal, move. And then you can either trade metal on your way to 2 mechs and go to the factory, or take what the encounter gives you and go from there. With an upgrade on the way to the factory off the table, we're going to hope for food, enlist, a mech off the encounter would be nice. Basically, any of the stuff that's normally good, except for combat cards are okay. Nothing to write home about. We're not staring at triple twos either. Having a 4 and a 3 is pretty good. I expect to see speed here and a move to this Tundra. Standard Rusviet Engineering opening. And with the upgrades being worth something, especially, there's a lot of incentive to do that. I deleted everything but Rusviet here. Let's put back in Rusviet Engineering. Spell engineering right? All right. Counter number 1. Let's see what we get. Come on, be good to me, game. I'll take this. So $3 to get 1 Incrute. We're going to take the combat card 1. And we're going to take power because we may have to fight over the factory. Normally I'd take popularity, but I think I want power here. Get that coin enlist. Get it early. Combat cards in case we have to fight over this factory. And we get a 5 and a 4. Amazing. Nobody knows says, dang, I wanted that encounter. No kidding. That would have been amazing for Rust Viet Engineering. You see this defensive opening right here, getting combat units on both of these spaces. And we breathe a sigh of relief because Rust Viet Engineering does not get food, which means no enlist on this first turn. We've already got 2 of them. So that's a really good start and a super doable objective. Rust Viet just takes the popularity. Not going to mess with the wood. Completely understandable there. Already at 6 combat cards. Their neighbors having only enlisted 1 time. We're going to be rolling in combat cards this game, which certainly is nice. The encounter did not speed up the path to the factory, however. I think we get there turn 8, is that right? Trade for metal round 4, produce mech round 5, trade for metal round 6, produce metal round 7, move to factory round 8. We're going to trade for metal, produce, drop a mech, probably the submerged mech. Doesn't really matter though, because we'll produce again. Or we'll trade for metal again and then produce our second mech and then move to the factory. And the way everybody's playing will probably be the first one there. Rust Viet's the only one that can beat us. Boy, we're out of coins. It's a really good thing. This is the produce turn and not the trade turn. That could have been painful. Okay, Rust Viet takes upgrade number 1, worth 2 points. We're of course losing, but it's early. That doesn't really matter. Gives us 2 coins. Here's another thing that's nice. We'll get our 3rd enlist when we move to the factory. So that's pretty sweet. Rust Viet has 1 power combat cards there. Could definitely make their life difficult. They don't do some serious defensive posturing between now and then. Gonna have to put up a lot of points. Got 3 4s, that's nice. An upgrade factory card would actually be really nice, as would a popularity factory card. Take a bit longer of a game. But getting into tier 2 and getting a lot of spread could definitely be pretty amazing. This is amazing for Albion. Some great options here. We'll go with the popularity to get an enlist right now, which would be pretty sweet. They already have 1 enlist, some combat cards. Or they could go with the metal. They've just moved off of metal. Getting 4 metal would be pretty Pretty amazing for them. Maybe they're worried about defending it, though. They like to go with their second enlist here. Upgrade number 3 out of Rusviet, worth a total of 6 coins. See if Crimea moves to the encounter this turn. They do. The mech if they want it. 2 resources. I mean, number 3 is basically an upgrade. So is number 1 for that matter. So both of these options pretty good. Probably take number 1 over number 3 if you're going the oil route. I think there's a good case to be made for either one, though. Rusviet elected not to deploy township mech there. So I will win the race to the factory and be guaranteed that 3 coins for having a factory card. Look at Crimea. 17 coins in round 6. That's insane. We only have to beat them by 10. All right, it's factory card time. This is the second big RNG moment. Get on metal. I don't think Albion's coming after me. They might. So in a normal game, I think I'd take this. But I'm still going to take it because I can get an upgrade there. And get upgrades and pad my score while grabbing some encounters. So let's take it. No one's going to build in this game, I don't think. And I have coins, so let's take this pop and technological breakthrough. Now what might happen here is Albion could fight us. They'd give up all their popularity to do so. And they could play up to 12. But they're going to take the encounter instead. I mean, that makes sense. Fortify this space. Rusviet's going to be able to take probably 2 combat cards or 2 power off of this. So I could go ahead and take the move upgrade. To popularity or an upgrade in 2 food is really attractive if you. That's a free 2 coins off of that. Rusviet can drop people's army next, and fighting them gets much more difficult. We have no more combat prowess to pull off an enlist here. If they take power or cards. So I have, oh, they're up to 4 power now. They pulled power off the encounter. Wow, isn't that nice for them? Foundations of the Empire for Crimea. Sitting on 2 stars right now. All right. So what do we want to do here? How's the time going? We're at 3.5 minutes. 22 minutes is the limit. You start to lose points after that. Let's take an enlist. And we're going to go up here. And over to here. Because that's going to allow us in 2 produces to get our mechs and our workers. And then we just need combats. Albion just kind of putting away over there. Do we have a lead over Albion? We do not. We're up by 6. We need 19. Plus, we have a lot of points in the factory right now. Rusviet just making those upgrades. 8 ahead of Rusviet, but they've got 4 upgrades, which ties it. We have the factory card, which puts us 3 ahead, but the bid ties it again. Crimea's power situation, they've got a lot. They have Riverwalk. I don't want this to get sent home. Am I likely to use Riverwalk? Could use it to invade there. 2 units. It's going to be hard to fight them. Riverwalk into Rusviet's base might be helpful. They also submerge into the base. Let's go Riverwalk. Let's put it right here. I think a mountain is going to be harder to make up. I get sent home. Kind of wished I put it here now because I could attack and move with my double move here. But this is worth 2 coins to use this. Maybe I'll attack with this mech when I'm 1v1. Does Fiat have a 5 in those 4 cards? Is this my Fiat engineering strategy? Where you get 6 upgrades? It might be. In 16 turns? Is gonna stall it out though. Might actually be good for me. Crimea already with 2 stars. What's their enlist situation? They've got 3 enlists. They just need 2 max, and they've got an upgrade. Crimea actually looking really good right now. Went Riverwalk, right? Fiat doesn't have People's Army, so I think it's time to get aggressive here. Get these away from Crimea. Crimea doesn't need to produce, so they may attack here, but I don't know that I can stop from losing one of these spaces right now at this point. Let's ensure this fight. Still have good cards. Use 6.5 minutes. 22. Fiat tries to call a bluff there. Good for us. Got 1 popularity left. It's a good thing we didn't use it. We're going to need it to produce our last mech. $13 ahead of Albion. The only one with a factory card, so that actually puts us 1 ahead of Crimea, but we have to beat Crimea by 10. Fiat in no position to counterattack now. In some trouble. We may be able to end this pretty soon. If Crimea does not attack this space right here. Fiat can go 11. Oh, they go with 3 here. All right, now we're gonna get a little picked on here, I'm afraid. I'm kind of wishing I hadn't spent power. Surprised Crimea chose not to attack there. Too bad we can't counterattack Fiat there, although we couldn't win. Wish I had my double move at my disposal. Can't win a 1v1 with Crimea. I go there, there's no place to spread out. If I go there, I'm handing Crimea combat essentially. So, where to go? Rusviet being able to counter-attacking there. I think I could have won that combat, but would have put me in a really bad spot. Crimea is not elected to make a mech along the way, so there's still a little ways from ending this, so I'm going to be able to spread some. Where's Albion? 23, 10 down from Crimea. Crimea's ahead of Albion right now and ahead of Rusviet, ahead of me, so I got to worry about them ending. Crimea does not have scout. Ooh. There is scout. Rusviet didn't take township there. I have to keep Crimea off the factory even if it costs me an extra turn. And I've got to get out of their combat range. I can give them one combat, but I can't give them two. And this is safe for now from them. By 1. I'm going to pull 2 stars next turn. Not up on Albion. Shortly will be. Remember, no one has a factory card but me. Rusty is going to get the upgrade star, but we just put him at 36, right? I'll be eclipse that pretty shortly. Still too short of that anyway. Did Albion get Rally and Burrow? Picking up the last combat is going to be tricky. For me, I should just go ahead and bulldoze through here like they're planning. They've got one upgrade, they're about to have two. Puts them squarely in the lead. Might need a minute here. I don't think they can end. They're a mech short, 2 combat short, and an enlist short. Really no way they're ending. We have to put the mech right here to spread these workers. Be nice to have one more popularity. But we can go 11. It's Crimea. It's not quite enough. It'll be down to 10. We can't triple attack without using this, so we may have to pick it up in a counter at some point. This could be good. Okay. Don't take a 4, that's all I can say. I mean, it does have an upgraded bolster. The Power Star is potentially within reach. Down to 5 power. Would they dare bluff here? 10. We could go 6. Go 7. I don't think they're going to bluff. Was the right call. Takes Crimea down to 2 power. Close to winning the game. Up by 7, need to beat them by 10. Got more power than them in a 4 and 2 4s. Can we end and win? I think we can. Depending on what Rusviet does here. They don't have township. I don't think they can stop us. Albion can't stop us. Crimea can't move. We need to clear 10 on Crimea. Remember, we have a factory card. They have 2 upgrades. The 2 upgrades are 4. The factory card's worth 1, so we have to beat them by 2. They're going to pull a star. Can't win a 1v1 against Crimea, fortunately. Okay. Not enough. Of note, Crimea does not have an upgraded move, but they have Scout. So 2, 4, give a star to Crimea. 8, 9, 10, 11. Crimea has been cycling cards. We win versus Rusviet? No, no one can. Crimea can enlist here. I think the game's over. Down by 5, need to win by 10. Time is not a factor here. I need to find something here. There's just nothing that takes points away from Crimea. I could spread 2, 4, fortify the factory. So then Crimea wins easily. Again, they don't have an upgraded move. Game is over. Dropped my first tournament game, unfortunately. Unless they don't have a 5. They don't have a 5. See, I have 3. They have 2 upgrades, so that's 1 coin for them. So they're up by 6. Right? So it's 16. So I need a 16-point swing. So win a combat, that's 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. It's not enough. What if I win this combat? 1, 2, 3, 4. Lose 6 off the factory. That's a net loss of 2. I get 5 off the star. Armenia loses 2. That's 7. Albion can't move. Gotta do this. Trust that Albion sees it and sends me home. Armenia wins. Unless I did my math wrong and somehow I win this. But I gave up the factory to do it, so. Win, but not by the required 10. All right, well, guys, the game didn't go how I wanted, but it's just game 1. So thanks for watching and tune in for the next one.